I'm so excited to be reviewing the Shane Dawson Jeffree Star Conspiracy Palette today. When I first got this in the mail, I was so excited and I filmed a review of it the day I got it in the mail and realized when I was editing that I forgot to really film an intro because I was just so excited to start playing with the palette and creating looks, so I didn't really talk about the packaging or anything like that. So I just wanted to include this intro before getting into the review and the look. So it's really cool having the palette in hand now after watching the series and seeing the level of thought that went into every detail, every aspect of this palette. It's also really cool to see the packaging in person after watching the episode about the level of thought and how much Shane cared about getting the packaging perfect. And so I definitely think that that was accomplished with the design of the packaging. So every detail of the packaging perfectly aligns with the conspiracy theme of the palette. I really appreciate all the details of the palette, and it's really cool, this ripple effect. I don't know if that's what you call it. At first I was going to say spirals, but it's not actually a spiral. I'm going to say ripple effect. It kind of gives you like Twilight Zone vibes. Yeah, if you know the correct term for this, let me know. But I'm just going to call it the ripple effect. I really like how it's a matte black and then the glossy finish black. I think it looks really nice. And also here the triangle with Shane's initials in the center. And it's also really cool. There's a really small star, pink star there at the top of the triangle with Jeffree Star's logo. I just really appreciate all the detail of the palette and how it perfectly aligns with the theme of the palette. Okay, and looking at the inside of the palette, it was really fun also to watch the video where Shane and Jeffree were developing the colors and naming all the shades. I loved that episode so much. I thought that was so fun to watch. The shade names are just perfect, and also I really like the detailing. So yeah, sorry some of them are already starting to diminish because I was just again so excited to play with this when I got it. My first thought when I saw this was like, okay, if you omit the middle row and just look at the top and bottom rows, I can think of so many looks that you could create with just those two rows. And like the middle row is just like, you know, the extra vibrant shadows. For me, that might, push me a little bit out of my comfort zone, but still is like really fun to play with. The middle row is like icing on the cake, like more bold colors. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. That's how I see it. And for me, I'm most drawn to the bottom row. I just absolutely love the bottom row. It just speaks to me. I really love it. So the eye look I have on today is also with this palette. I am working on another video with multiple looks with this palette, but I am going to be showing you a different look in today's video. It was my first impressions, and I'm just so happy for Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. This is so exciting. And okay, so we'll get into the review now. So I primed my eyes with MAC Paint Pot and Soft Ochre, and I'm first going to go into the shade Pigment. I just look at this palette, I really want to use Not a Fact and Illuminati. I'm so drawn to those, and also Sleep Paralysis. Those are like the shades that my eye is immediately drawn to. But first, for my transition color, I'm going to go into the shade Pigment. I'm just going to start buffing that into my crease. Okay, now I'm going to go into the shade Not a Fact. I'm so excited about this shade. I'm going to also work that into my crease and focus it on the sort of outer portion of my eye. So I mentioned this in the review I did for the mini conspiracy palette, but I think that Jeffree Star makes the best purples. And this again is not disappointing me. This is an absolutely beautiful purple. And it actually does blend very easily. Would you guys be interested in a video about purple eyeshadows and why they're difficult to formulate? Let me know in the comments below if that's something you're interested in. So the shade that I am kind of most drawn to when I look at this palette is Illuminati. So I'm actually going to go ahead and place that on my lid. I'm actually going to go ahead and use my finger to do this. So I'm placing the Illuminati shade in the center of my lid. And oh my gosh, I love this so much. Alright, I'm going to go into Sleep Paralysis. And I'm going to place that on the outer portion of my lid and meet that up with the green. Wow, oh my gosh. Okay, this is my favorite color so far. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite shadow so far. That is beautiful. Yeah, I'm just honestly mesmerized by this color. I really, really love this sleep paralysis color. Like seeing it on screen doesn't do it justice. It just has so many it just has so many dimensions to it when you actually see it in person. And on the lid, it's just so beautiful. I hope that you can see on camera how beautiful it is. I'm going to try to show a swatch of it in different lighting here so that you can kind of get a better idea. Of how it looks. And you know what? I think I'm actually going to go ahead and place this on the inner portion too. Initially, I'd planned to do something differently, but looking at it now, I think that creating sort of a halo eye with this will look really nice. I love this so far. I'm really happy with how this look is turning out so far. Really beautiful. So I'm going to go back into the Illuminati shade and I'm going to focus on intensifying that more in the center and also blending that with the sleep paralysis shade so that there's no harsh line. I'm loving this look so far. Let me know what you think so far. Okay, so now actually I'm going to take the shade Conspiracy and I'm going to place that in my inner corner. Alright, I'm a little nervous about this next part, but I really want to take that Conspiracy shade and sort of bring it into those other shades. I'm going to start bringing that sort of into the inner portion of my crease and sort of bring that into the Illuminati shade. I actually like that. This is the first time I've done something like this, but I really like the effect that that gives. I'm now going to take Ranch and I'm going to put that over the shade I just put in the inner corner just to help brighten that up a little bit. I'm now going to take the shade My Pills and I'm going to use that to kind of make sure that everything is buffed out and blended well above my crease. This shade is very, this shade has a lot of fallout. My Pills has more fallout than any of the other shades I've used so far, so just be sure to tap off the excess for sure when you're using that shade. But I like how it has the pink undertone to it. But after, like after tapping off the excess, it's really not a problem. Alright, so I feel like maybe it needs a little bit more depth after looking at it. Okay, I think I'm going to take the shade Spiraling and try to add a bit more depth just in the outer portion here. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a little bit of fallout with that too. So I would say definitely with these shadows, it's best just to go ahead and tap off the excess with like every time you dip into the shadows. Alright, so I'm putting that in the outer portion of my eye and kind of, in a sense, winging it out. I'm blurring that out toward the end of my eyebrow. Sort of like you would if you were doing like a winged liner look, but just like way more dramatic. I'm just going to go back into Not a Fact and just buff that out. Yeah, Not a Fact is so pigmented. I feel like maybe I put a little too much actually here. So what I'm going to do is go back into My Pills and try to just kind of blend everything out so there's no harsh line. Okay, now I'm going to go into my lower lash line. I'm going to go back into Conspiracy and I'm going to focus that on the on the inner part of my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take Sleep Paralysis and run that on the remainder of the lower lash line. And then lastly, I'm going to take Not a Fact and just put Not a Fact on the outer part of the lower lash line and just connect that with the lid. So looking at this, I really like it. I kind of feel like I want to add the Conspiracy shade right in the center just to add a little bit of light there. I just find that to be really flattering on my eye to just kind of add a light, to add a light shade right in the center. So now I'm going to apply mascara. Okay, so here's the look with mascara. So as you can see, I do have some fallout. I'm going to go in and fix that with my beauty blender really quick. Okay, so here's the finished look. I'm really happy with it. I ended up putting the shade Sagittarius by Jeffree Star, and then on top of that I put the shade Scandal, the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipsticks, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. I really like the eyeshadow look. Yeah, I really love the eyeshadow look. Can you guys let me know what you think about it in the comments below? Overall, I really love the shades that I tried so far. My favorite is definitely Sleep Paralysis. I think it's just such a unique shade. I don't have anything like that, and I just really love it. So after looking at this, I think I want to add the Ranch shade to the brow bone just a little bit. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, I really love the Ranch shade as well. It's very beautiful for the inner corner highlight. If you like a shimmery brow highlight, it's also beautiful for that. It's a very vibrant and intense shadow, so I'm really happy with that one. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Ashley. I'm a chemist who loves makeup and skincare, and I create videos talking about the ingredients in cosmetics and explain the safety and effectiveness of these ingredients based on my knowledge and understanding as a chemist. I know I didn't talk about the ingredients in today's video. I thought that I would just go over two here and refer you to some of my previous videos if you would like more information. But firstly, dimethicone is used in these shadows. I think that is one element of these shadows that makes them extremely easy to blend, very smooth. So I have a video all about silicones, and dimethicone often gets a bad rep a lot of times because a lot of people think that silicones clog your pores and cause your skin not to be able to breathe. And that's actually not true. I'll link my video below where I kind of made a myth buster about silicones, but actually dimethicone is a water-soluble silicone, so it easily removes when you wash off your makeup. And actually it's an FDA approved skin protectant. I talk about this at length in my video on dimethicone, and again that'll be linked in the description box below. Also another ingredient in here that I think makes these shadows so blendable and smooth and buttery is laurel lysine. Now I've had some concern expressed over this ingredient because it is a coconut derivative, and I know there is concern around coconut oil causing acne and breakouts and also some sensitivity. However, the laurel lysine used in this formula, so I found a scientific paper, I'll have it linked below for you as well, and it was looking at irritation, dermal irritation on the skin, ocular irritation around the eye area, and also sensitivity caused by laurel lysine. And actually it was found in these studies that laurel lysine did not cause skin sensitivities or dermal irritation, and it did not cause ocular irritation as well in these studies. And actually for the sensitivity studies, it was used at concentrations of 50%. And there were no sensitivities observed in these studies with human participants. So again, I'll have that linked below. It's kind of a long article about it's about many different amino acid derivatives used in cosmetics, but if you look for the section labeled irritation and also sensitivity, you should see those studies discussed there. I personally think that dimethicone and laurel lysine are contributing to how blendable and smooth these shadows are. But one thing I did want to mention, one question that I have seen is that if I'm allergic to coconut oil, does not mean that I can't use laurel lysine. So the tricky thing about being allergic to a natural product like coconut oil is that coconut oil contains so many compounds. So there are a mixture of compounds present in coconut oil. And so if you're allergic to coconut oil, it's, you know, hard to pinpoint exactly what component of coconut oil that you're allergic to. So if you are concerned about it, and if you are allergic to coconut oil, definitely speak to your dermatologist, speak to your doctor before using any products that contain coconut derivatives such as laurel lysine. So yes, so if you are allergic to coconut, then you would need to ask your doctor or dermatologist for allergy testing so that they can specifically tell you which compounds you are allergic to, because again, coconut oil is made of multiple different compounds. But I do want to say that from my perspective as a chemist, these two ingredients do seem very low risk factor for being irritants based on the studies that I've read, based on the articles that I've read. If you want me to, I can definitely make a video all about coconut oil and the benefits and also some of the concerns surrounding coconut oil and coconut oil derivatives. I personally really do like the formula so far. If I had to pick one favorite shade out of the ones I've used so far, it would be Sleep Paralysis, just because it's so unique and I don't have anything like that in my collection. I just really love it. It just makes me happy, and I'm so happy for Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. This is an absolutely amazing palette, and I'm so excited to create more looks with it. Please let me know if you'd like to see more looks with this. Would you guys, I really would like to create a video maybe creating 5 looks for this palette, if you guys would be interested in seeing that. And if you made it this far in the video, can you please leave me a purple heart down in the comments below so that I can personally thank you for watching my video. And if you enjoyed this video, it would mean so much to me if you would consider subscribing. Again, I make videos talking about the ingredients in cosmetics and skincare from a chemist perspective, so if that sounds interesting to you, I hope that you'll consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away? Show us where we are. What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of?